Welcome back to this episode of Mom Talk. We have got Lillian Sueiro. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's recently married, so I want to make sure I said that right. I was afraid I was going to give it like too many Southern syllables.
No, you said it perfect.
Okay, good.
I think everyone messes it up, and you did not. So
Winning.
Yes. Yeah. And we have known Lily since she worked at the spa with us. Your mom actually worked there for years.
Yeah.
And we had a front desk opening, and she was like, what about Lil's? Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was like, oh my gosh, is she old enough to work? Because I've known you forever.
Literally.
Was it during high school when you started?
I think I was 17.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, driving up there after school to work. Mm-hmm. Then you worked your way through aesthetic school. Mm-hmm. And then you were an esthetician with us.
Yes. Which I loved.
Love that too.
I love being an esthetician.
I can tell. And you have such good skin.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
So it shows. But you weren't there when you were pregnant, were you?
No. So I was working at the medical spa whenever I was pregnant.
Okay.
I literally worked all the way up until my due date, which was December 6th.
Because I saw you in and out of there. And you just looked so adorable. And we definitely all stayed in touch.
Yeah.
Like, we knew you were pregnant.
Yes.
We knew how far along.
Mm-hmm.
We went to baby shower.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all did. And
That's a
both
good
of you
one.
were texting me, and y'all were like, how are you doing?
Yes.
Which I was so grateful for.
I mean, we love you.
I love you guys.
So, I feel like as long as I've known you, I knew you wanted to be a mom. Mm-hmm. But you did a natural birth, right?
I did.
Okay, did you always know you wanted to do that?
Yes.
How did you know that? I'm a scaredy cat.
Okay, I feel like Mom, y'all know she's super holistic, and she's been talking about that since she had Lucy. So that's kind of like what inspired me to be like, oh, I want to do that.
So she did natural with Lucy.
She did not, but
okay.
she always wanted to.
Okay.
She was not able to. I don't know if there were like other complications or like reasons she wasn't able to, but she had always talked about it. We like watched videos on it together when I was in like middle school. So I was like, this is so awesome. Like when I have a baby, I want to do this.
I mean, you said that right away because I was like, oh, what about Dr. So-and-so? And basically you're like, I'm going to do this in the tub or something. Like,
yeah, I'm going to be doing it in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got an appointment with Vanderbilt Birth Center. There are other things, like I think if you have like high blood pressure and things like that, they instantly are like, no, you cannot. But I ended up being like, everything was normal. My pregnancy was normal. I actually had a really good pregnancy.
I was going to say, Jordan straight jumped to the birth, but like, how did you feel?
I loved being pregnant. I know that's like controversial, I guess, but
I think people just, if they're not, they're just so jealous. I mean,
yeah.
When you're feeling bad the whole 9 months.
Right. Then obviously you wouldn't love it.
Right.
Yeah. I was not super sick. Like I had very like minimal night sickness. Mm-hmm. I didn't have morning sickness with Copeland, so I really liked being pregnant. I had that pregnancy glow.
Yeah,
like, okay.
Did. The boys will give it to you.
Yes.
So the girls will not.
Yeah, no. I'm like, I loved it.
When did you find out he was a boy?
Yes. And I'm crazy, so we found out like super early.
Yeah. You did the blood test.
Yep.
Me
yeah,
too.
so did Victoria.
I was like, what time is it? Because it's time for the blood test.
Exactly.
Like I think it was right at 6 weeks or 11 weeks. I can't remember when they do it, but it's like pretty early.
No, mine was at 9 weeks. Yeah, it was early.
Yes.
Did Trez want a boy, or did he care?
He definitely wanted a boy.
What about you?
He was like set on a boy. I was gonna be happy either way. Mm-hmm. We had a previous miscarriage. Mm-hmm. I was super early. I think it was only like 8 weeks. So yeah, that was hard. So basically whenever we we were not trying, but whenever we found out we were pregnant again, I was like, I do not care what we have. Like I just want them to be healthy.
Right.
And that's it.
How close were the pregnancies to each other?
I think they were like a year apart.
Okay.
Pretty far apart.
Yeah, I feel like it was a good
like
amount
21
of time. Yeah, it wasn't like a back-to-back.
Yeah, and then I got pregnant with Copeland at 24. So almost like 2 years.
And smooth sailing for that pregnancy.
Yeah, it was great.
So did you still check in with like your doctor here in town? Like how did you start appointments?
No. So once you like schedule with Vanderbilt Birth Center, you see a midwife every time you go in there for appointments. They're all nurse midwives. Mm-hmm. And the weird part about it was it's a different midwife every time you go in.
Oh, okay.
So that was unique. So you don't know who you're going to be having birth with. Okay. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, that does, but I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, so that was a little weird for me, but everyone we encountered there was great until like literally the day I was like ready to have him. It was my due date day. They told me to track my contractions because at the birth center you like cannot go in until you're laboring.
Okay.
So I had to basically like mostly labor at home, and like my teeth were chattering. Trez like could hear me, just like I was groaning and like could not sleep. He was like, Lily, I think it's time, like we gotta go. But anyways, sorry, I like fast forwarded. But like the day before, which was my due date, December 6th, I had called them. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm having contractions, like I'm not in pain, but I am like timing them, and they're like pretty close together, like 2 to 5 minutes apart.
Yeah, that's close.
So we went in that night, and we ended up getting there, and the nurse midwife that we had that night, I did not love her.
Oh, y'all didn't click?
No, not at all. And we're just excited and like ready to have the baby. So
And was she like not excited, not helpful?
Yes.
Just kind of like, oh, this is another day for me.
Exactly. And she was like, by the way that y'all are like cutting up in here pretty much, she was like, you are not about to have the baby. Like, I can tell you that right now.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I time my contractions, and like, yes, I am.
Yes, I am. We're keeping it light in here.
Right. So she did send us home, which I was like super unhappy about. We were just ready to meet the baby.
Yeah.
Like, we were just done. So we all drove back home from Nashville. It was me, my mom, Trez's mom, and Trez. We got home, and like 4 a.m. was whenever my teeth were chattering. So it was still technically that day,
Right.
but then on into the next day, the 7th, is when we had Copeland.
So were you in pain laying in bed?
Severe pain.
Severe.
Yeah.
Were you afraid to like go back since she had sent you home? Or were you just waiting as long as you could?
I was waiting as long as I could. I think because...
Like, let her get off shift.
Yeah, yes. I was so grateful. Look, y'all, as soon as we arrived that next day, I think it was like right at 5 a.m. we got there. Because like I said, I woke up at like 4. We got there, like we left the house and like got there at 5-ish. She was getting off shift. I was like, well, this is an act of God.
Yes.
Because we did
worked
not
that
click
out.
last night.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting 2 super wonderful nurse midwives, which I was like, praise
Yes.
Jesus. 'Cause
Meant to be.
yes, they were so great. You basically like labor the entire time, like once you're there on your own, which was also very weird.
Yeah.
I had never given birth. This is my
Right.
first baby. So I'm like, I already don't know what to expect, but like they were just giving me a level of like they were giving me so much space. Like they were like, we're going to let you like do you. I'm like, okay, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
Right.
and I'm
do,
in pain.
though.
Yeah, I'm like, and I'm in pain. Like, I could not talk. I was shaking.
Was Trez freaking out with you in all this pain?
Trez was so good.
Okay.
Steady. Steady. And he, like, was on it. Mom, I don't know if y'all knew this, but she got her, like, doula certification to be my doula in the room. And
That's awesome.
she would, like try to massage me and whatnot, and I was just like, I need space, like I need a minute. But like Trez would come up and like just like touch my arm or like my shoulder or like press like in certain spots, and I'd be like, he's like just doing everything I need.
He's got the touch.
Yes, it was so weird. Like you would think my mom's like my best friend, so I was like, I think she's gonna know exactly what I need. No, Trez
Right.
was like on it.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it was
Aw.
crazy.
Way to go, Trez.
Yeah, I'm like, you were so good. Like I just love you even more.
Yes. And that's amazing.
So.
He was so supportive of your decision to do all that.
Yeah.
Because you would think seeing you in pain, he would be like, we got to do something.
Yeah, no, he was so calm.
Did y'all
and
do
great.
any, like, classes or anything? Like, what was his prep? Like, did y'all do any?
Yes, but it was only online.
Oh, okay.
So probably not really the same. We probably should have done some online classes.
I mean, it
we
worked
really
out.
didn't prepare that much for this. You basically just go in, like I said, and we were like, I was laboring. I labored like in the shower with the hot water, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like bouncing on the yoga ball. That helped a lot with like the low back pain.
Yep.
I labored like on the toilet, which was weird, like backwards.
Oh, okay.
That was awesome. And I think that helped Copeland like move down quite a bit, which was good. Labored on the bed, and then I was in so much pain. Like the nurse eventually came in and she was like, do you want to move to the tub? Like I think it's getting about that time. And I was like, yes, like my back is hurting so bad. So we moved to the tub, and they actually put this like little mirror underneath me, which was interesting because now everyone can see everything. But that was like her way to like just watch what was happening. She had this like underwater, I don't know what it's called, like just checking the baby's like heartbeat and stuff and heart rate.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really neat.
It was amazing. Yeah, she was just checking and she was like just letting me breathe and like be in there. I just remember like pushing and feeling that like ring of fire. That is no joke. I'd say contractions were worse, but the ring of fire was like a close second.
Yeah. Did it last how long? Was that pretty quick?
It was quick. Okay. It was like maybe 2 minutes. But yeah, after that, like Copeland came out and they handed him straight to me. We were doing like the chest to chest. And then they let his umbilical cord like get to where the blood is like no longer running through it, I think. And then they helped me and him. We were still connected. Get out of the tub. We got into the they had like a big, nice king size bed in there. It was so cute. And we got on the bed and then they waited for that to stop throbbing or like pulsing.
Wow.
And then Trez got to cut the cord.
Okay, that's interesting too, because I feel like any other labor, they're just cutting that right away.
Yeah. Delayed cord clamp.
Yes, it was delayed. Yeah, and we instantly did skin to skin, and they helped him, like, latch onto me to breastfeed. Yeah, it was crazy. But, like, the best experience I think I've ever had in my life.
That's amazing. I know you felt, like, good and happy that you did it after. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Did you feel like back to, well, I know not back to normal, but, like, good afterwards? Like, what was recovery like?
Recovery, I wish I would have talked more to people who have had, like, a C-section. Like, I don't know what like a normal experience would have been, but for me, like, I was in a lot of pain, that's for sure. Like, I think anyone is after giving birth. Like, I did the icicles and everything.
Yes.
Like, that you're supposed to do. But as far as, like, getting up and, like, moving around, I'd say by the end of the week, I was good to, like, get up and, like, throw some laundry in and do, like, normal tasks. I did not tear.
Oh, that's great.
Which was super nice. Super grateful. I had like a little cut, I think they said, but other than that, I did not tear. And that was one of the reasons I chose a water birth too, because I know it can lessen like the chances of that.
Okay. So did you have like, after the ring of fire, he comes out.
Yeah.
Like, did you feel an instant relief that hard part was over?
Yes.
Once you got moved to the bed, did you have to pass the placenta and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
I did that on the bed.
On the bed.
So when we had like gotten out, I definitely was relieved. It was super painful. I feel like I'm making this sound like it was a dream. It was not.
No, just
like,
the experience is a dream, but not the pain.
Exactly. Yeah. It was insanely painful, extremely hard. But whenever I did have him, I definitely was looking at everyone and I was like, never again.
Right.
Which now I'm like ready for baby number 2.
Of course.
But,
that's how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, never again. But now I'm totally down. To do it again. But yes, whenever we got into the bed and they did the cord clamp and everything, they gave me like a shot of Pitocin, and that helped me pass the, what did you call it?
Placenta.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that painful at all?
I don't even think do you pass that whenever you're giving birth?
I'm
like, wait a minute.
We had C-sections.
Yeah,
we don't
we don't
actually
wait a
know.
minute.
Yeah. I don't even really know for sure, actually, now that we're saying this, but I feel like it was baby and then placenta.
Yeah. Okay, so I think they gave me a shot of Pitocin so that if there was anything left in there so that it doesn't like give you an infection, it would come out.
Okay.
And they did like the pressing on my stomach. That was terrible.
Oh.
I was like, please do not ever touch me again.
You get pushed like that with a C-section as well. And you're like on the incision. And I'm like, I was just cut open there, ma'am.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild how soon they do it too?
That is crazy.
And how
It's
frequently?
right
Did they
after.
do it like
A
frequently?
lot. Yes, and I was like, y'all, that is really hurting.
Yeah.
It must be like super duper important for it to happen in like all types of births.
Yes. To get all of that out.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
But
I'm
ow.
like, yeah, is there another way to do this?
Surely.
No, honestly. Was
Yeah.
Trez's mom there too?
Trez's mom was there.
Okay.
Yes.
How'd she like this experience? I mean, that's so cool. She and your mom got to see their grandbaby.
It was truly amazing. I think she loved it. I'm sure it was really different compared to what I did. So my mom is super holistic. Trez's mom is like the complete opposite, which is totally fine.
Right.
I love them both so much. But yeah, I don't think she knew kind of like what to expect, and she just like kept telling us how proud she was of us and like how cool the experience was, and she was like, it was just so beautiful. Like I don't have any other words. So
That's really neat.
So
she loved it.
for future kids, you would go the same route.
100%. Yeah.
You go, girl.
Do it.
I'm like, I just want one more. I just got to do it one more time.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Well, I'm ready for you for baby number 2.
I know, same.
I'm so excited. Yeah, we have been not trying, but like not necessarily like preventing either. I'd say closer to now we're probably trying a little bit. But yeah, we definitely want baby number 2. We want 2 that are like close in age.
Yeah, because Copeland's a year and a half, right?
Yeah, he's about to be 2.
Right.
And I'm like, I do not want to go through the newborn and toddler phase like again in 10 years. I do not want to do that.
I felt the same way. I wanted mine closer rather than further.
Yes.
And me and my sister are 7 years apart, and we're good now, but we didn't like really, super hang out and stuff when we were little.
Yeah.
My kids are besties right now, y'all.
Yeah.
I know they're only 17 months apart, but yeah, they're besties right now.
That's what I want. I'm like, yes, that sounds like a dream.
Do you want a girl this time, or do you still not care?
I do want a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be totally happy if I had 2 boys. Like,
of course.
No problem. But I do want a girl this time.
I mean,
I feel like people are afraid to say what they want. It's not that you're not grateful and happy for a healthy child, but you can have a preference and that's okay.
Yes.
Like, I have a boy, I want a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I was definitely pulling more towards a boy for the first one. I think a lot of people do that. It's like you want your boy and then you want your girl to have like be the little sister and the big brother. I don't know. Trez for the first, like for when we were finding out about Copeland, I don't know if I already said this, but he was absolutely like, if it's not a boy, I'm going to be angry.
like returning it.
I'm
like
okay.
what?
Okay, well.
There's no choice here.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, like it's not up to us. But yeah.
How did y'all decide Copeland's name?
Oh, this is a cute story.
Okay.
So, Trez's grandfather, Gary Cope, he is Trez's stepdad's stepdad.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
Okay.
But he's very close to us. He like does everything for all of us in Trez's family. He's super important to us.
I've heard about him the whole time I've known you.
Yes. Yeah, he's so special. And so he has never actually had kids of his own. So his name, like, he's a man. He had all sisters.
Okay.
I think he has like 3 or 4 sisters. So he was the only boy in the house. And so his name wouldn't be passed along. And I'm like, we need to honor him. Like,
that's sweet.
that would be so special. So we came up with, Mom actually came up with it, Copeland. I think there was like a band or something.
Okay.
She was like, I've never heard this, but if y'all did Copeland, like that would be so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, sold.
Perfect.
Do y'all call him Copeland or do y'all have nicknames for him?
We definitely have nicknames. We call him like Copey, Stinky.
Yeah.
All the things. But we do like it. I call him Copeland all the time.
Yeah.
I think I call him that more than anybody else. Like other people have a lot of nicknames for him, but
Yeah, you just
I
call him.
love his name.
Yeah.
It's so
it's
cute.
Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his middle name?
Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is that after your brother?
After Trey, yes, and after Trez's dad, Alan, who passed away when he was 7.
Yeah, got them both.
Copeland Alan Sueiro.
Love it.
So cute.
Thank you.
So how's like the first year been? Like, is it what you thought?
No. I thought that being a mom, like, I was just going to be so great and, like, perfect, and no. It's
Well,
very
you
hard.
are, but it's hard.
Y'all, it's hard work.
Yeah.
I try to tell people, I'm like, I'm not trying to steer you away from having kids. Like, I definitely want everyone to have all the babies. But it's very hard work. Like, it's all of your time.
Right.
And more.
I mean, nobody could ever convince me that's not the hardest job in the world,
Exactly.
being a mom.
It is, 100%. And we're working full-time. Like, Trez and I both work full-time on top of it. And, like, and then when you're not with him, you're like, oh, my gosh, like, I should be with my kid. Like, I feel bad.
Yeah, you feel guilty. You want to see them, but you have to work.
We have to work and make money. Yeah, we gotta provide. So yeah, it's very hard. Definitely, I don't think anyone could have prepared me for it. I feel like everyone says that, but you really can't like be prepared for it until you're in
there.
it. Yeah,
Did you breastfeed?
I did.
How was that?
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just thankful to be done. I'd say now we breastfed until Copeland was. I'm pretty sure we stopped maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did a good run.
Like almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
A long time. We tried to stop whenever Copeland turned 1, and he's just so grown. He was like, I am not having that.
Okay.
Like, I want my milkies. I was like, oh, no. Whenever he's trying to tell
You're
me.
like, but mom's done.
Yeah. Whenever he's telling me, like, he wants them, I'm like, okay, you're too big. Like, no. I hate to say that, but I really just like was ready to have my space and like have me back.
Yeah.
And with us wanting another one, I'm like, this is gonna be happening again like soon.
Yeah.
So
I need to recoup.
Yes, and Copeland eats everything. He eats like normal food, so
Right.
like you are fine without. So it's actually whenever Trez and I got back to our honeymoon, I was like done pumping, done feeding, and I pretty much told Copeland, I was like, look, mommy's like, there's no more milk. I came back, we're back, and there's no more. It like went away.
That's a good one. Go on a trip and tell your kid that it disappeared.
Yes, I'm like, it's all gone. Like sometimes he'll look at me and they're literally like empty now. Y'all, I'm like a negative A cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that does happen too. Yeah.
Less than before.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's
You're
going
like,
on.
look, you can see. They're gone.
They're literally gone. Yeah, he can see. So, yeah, I'm super grateful to be done. But the breastfeeding, like the time that we did have breastfeeding, I truly did love it. It was super easy. I could like pop him on the boob, like on the go, anywhere we were at. Didn't matter. And in the beginning, I think I was super uncomfortable. Of course, I'm a new mom. I don't know what I'm doing. He, like, when he was a newborn, he would latch on and, like, make these sounds. And he would be like, and I'm like, okay, we've got to leave. Because I'm not feeding him in here with everyone hearing this. Like,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
I felt so weird. But as I got more comfortable and, like, knew how to latch him, because he would eat, like, from both sides. Like, we would switch. Once we both got comfortable, I'd say it was like a breeze.
Right.
Like, I was
You got it
fine.
down.
I would pop him on anywhere where I don't care who's looking at me. Like, that does not bother me at all. I'm feeding my kid.
Right.
But yeah, again, the experience itself was great. But like once like so much time went on, I'm like, okay, you're big. Like you're a
Yeah.
big boy.
You need your body back.
I need my body back.
Yeah.
Touched out.
Yeah.
I'm beyond touchdown.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we're constantly holding them. I'm constantly picking him up. Even when he doesn't need to be, I'm still like,
right.
okay, let me pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he sleep? Is he a good sleeper?
That was another thing. Okay, so with breastfeeding, we co-sleep. We always have. That was the only way I could get any sleep. Was with, like, we tried the bassinet, we tried swaddling. He would scream, like, all night long. So I would literally, like, sleep with him just basically on my
your
chest. And we were we had to, like, we were told by the doctor, we had to wake him up every 2 to 3 hours to feed. So I would, like, put him on, like, and set a timer every 2 hours to feed him. Well, as he got bigger, he's searching for that milk himself at night. So he would, like, move around. I'm a light sleeper, so as soon as he's moving, I'm, like, awake. I'm like, oh, he needs to eat. So that was exhausting. As long as he's been, like, was smelling milk, he was constantly on me at night, eating.
Yeah.
All night long. Like,
Oh.
it never stopped until, like, a couple months ago when we stopped.
So you haven't slept in over a year.
Yeah.
And she's still like, I'm ready for another one.
I'm ready now.
That's what they do to us.
I know.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel crazy. Half the time I'm running around and don't know what I'm talking about, but it's fine.
Any other mom gets you.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Okay, good.
It never ends, though.
I'm like, okay, good. It never ends. That's
No, I've
scary.
been in this for like, Remy's almost 4, Mason's 5.
I know,
And
y'all
now,
know.
what about you? Are you still
I don't-
faking it till you make it every day?
You know, they do sleep now.
Mine do sleep.
So that's a plus. And they can do a lot of stuff on their own now.
That is true.
Yeah.
The more independent they get, it is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
In some ways. Like, you miss your baby. But, like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, no, you can get yourself dressed.
Sad.
Darn.
This is sad.
Yeah.
But Emma just wants to sit in her room and not talk to me.
It does get better. Yeah.
So it's
Not
a
looking for
different.
that.
Yeah. It's just different. I mean,
I
we're
like-
still besties, but
Yeah.
she needs her downtime.
Yeah. I can see that.
I like
Especially as
the
a
age I
girl.
got to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
The independence is there, but they need me just enough.
That you're like, oh, mom's here.
And they still want to talk to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Emma wants to talk to you, but like you said.
On her own time.
Yeah.
It's different. How
Yeah.
old is she now? I forget.
13.
Oh my gosh, she's grown.
She is literally grown. So on her own time.
What about Henry?
He'll be 11 in a week.
Gosh, what in the world?
I got one more year of him in elementary school.
What in the world? 11's elementary still?
He's got a weird August birthday, so it could go either way.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, middle school. Wait, so what grade is Emma going into?
8th.
Oh my gosh.
I know, so they won't be in middle school together, but
Darn.
I know, I wish they were.
Yeah, that stinks.
But he's not worried about anything, so he doesn't care if she's there. or
So
not.
this year she's starting 8th grade. Oh my gosh. So next year she's going to be a freshman.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
Like literally time is flying every single day.
I want to hear about the wedding.
Oh, gosh. Okay, which one?
Okay, I did not know you were having two.
I don't think I knew I was having two.
Oh, you didn't? Then we want to hear about all of it.
Okay, so.
And you did all this while you have a newborn.
Yes. So with the wedding, Trez and I, you know, we've been together. It'll be 10 years in January, which is super long. I know y'all have been through that yourselves. So we just we are each other's people. We don't have a ton of friends or like besties to go out and hang out with like all the time. I wasn't in a sorority. I didn't go the normal college route. We don't have like a big wedding party to plan for. We basically just wanted to we were so ready to get married like to each other, for us and for Copeland, and
right.
So we planned, and basically, I guess it would be an elopement, like in Antigua.
Yes.
And so we flew out. Mom and her boyfriend actually came to be our witnesses.
Okay. Love it.
We were hoping that the rest of Trez's family could come. They stayed back to watch Copeland, which we really wanted him there too. I think there was just issues happening with passports, miscommunication. We were wedding's coming up, it's time to go,
right.
we have our flights paid for, everything's ready. So we ended up getting eloped in Antigua. It was so beautiful. We did basically a wedding moon at the Sandals Resort, and we actually ended up, this is so confusing, we actually ended up not doing it through Sandals, the wedding itself. We went through Antigua's their court and everything there.
Oh, okay. Their system or whatever.
Yeah, we hired a marriage officer there on the island, and she came out and met us. We did not have cell phone service. We could not talk to each other. So Mom had to get us from the airport. And I was like, hey girl, you have to pick us up from the Sandals Resort at this time, because we have our phones were not working whatsoever.
I would panic.
Panicking. We just word of mouth was our only communication, and she was there next day to pick us up. We had no service to call the marriage officer. We were just dressed and ready, and we were hope she meets us there. So we get to this super pretty beach. It was just one we had Googled, and we were we wanted it a little more secluded, not a beach full of tourists
people
and
watching you.
Yeah, it was a little local beach. I think it was called Fort James, and it was so beautiful. It was perfect. It was insanely hot. Trez was drenched in sweat. And she married us right there on the beach. Mom brought a little camera and took pictures, and that was it.
Is it what you wanted though?
It was exactly what I wanted.
Good.
Yeah.
How long were you there for that one?
We were there for I think 8 days.
How was that without your baby? Was that the first time you've had to leave him?
No, it was the second. We went on a cruise, I think when he was 8 months old, a 5-day cruise. That one was very hard for me.
Yeah.
The Sandals wedding, I'm not even gonna lie, I was done. I was ready, as y'all know, I told y'all, done breastfeeding. I was we need to cut it off.
Yes.
So I was excited for a trip with just Trez and I.
I think you should be. You deserve that.
Yeah. We were definitely ready for that one.
Good.
And then so they eloped us. Mom and James stayed at an Airbnb on the island somewhere else. So they went the rest of the weekend, did their thing, and we went back to the Sandals Resort and had everything catered to us the whole time. It was so nice.
That's good.
Yeah, and we honeymooned. So
yeah,
that was it.
Perfect. Well, how'd you decide to do round two?
Round two. So Trez's mom, we are super close with her. And I think just the issue with the passports and they didn't end up getting to go, and nobody else got to go, his aunt and things like that. So they got together and were y'all aren't married until we see y'all get married. So I was oh my gosh. They planned a little wedding in Destin, Florida.
Okay, it was in Destin. Okay.
Yep. And it was such a pretty day. The day itself went so smoothly. Copeland got to be in it this time, which I was oh, this is so special. I'm glad he gets to see us. He cried the whole time.
Aww.
I was oh, well, it's fine.
Was he hot? Crabby? Didn't feel good?
He just wanted me. And they were trying to keep him in the seat, and he's just looking at me My mom's right there. Like,
Right. Like, why can't I just go up there too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wanted to be up there. Trez's uncle was like our, I guess, pastor. We did not say vows in Antigua. So this time, because they were doing like a videographer and things like that, I was like, oh, we probably should write some vows. Like a good time to do that.
Oh, did y'all write your own?
We did.
How sweet.
Yeah, so Trez's mom literally bought books from like Walmart the day before, and I like painted them, and we wrote our vows in them.
That's sweet.
It was a little crazy looking, and we ended up going with hot pink, which was also a little crazy. Like they were like, I just wanted to pop on the beach, and like your flowers have this like lilac and pink, so we ended up, the whole wedding was hot pink. I was like, well, this is just something.
Oh, the pictures look good though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get like the professional photos back just to see like, because you know we didn't meet the photographer, we don't really know like how everything's gonna look, but either way, yeah, the day itself went super smooth. They all got to see us get married. We all celebrated, went out to eat after. It was like really special for them too.
Yeah, they got to be there that time. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's Trez working? Because I see him roughing all the time. Is he still doing that?
He is. Okay. So this is frustrating because Trez has been trying to get into PA school. Well, he actually just started applying like a couple months ago because he had to get like 2,000 hours of his like care hours.
Yeah, his hours.
His care hours. So he did that for a long time. COVID pushed a lot of that back because everywhere was closed. So he got all of his hours under his belt. He's been applying. He has not got in, which is a little discouraging. So he's just right now trying to decide whether he's going to go back to school and get his master's.
Okay.
He's a great teacher. Like, he tells me what to do every single day and how to do it. No, but he really is. He's so good. Like, he'll help Brinkley with her homework every day and Drayton, and like he loves to teach Copeland and like be present with him. So he's great with kids. So he's been thinking about possibly teaching, working for the school system, but he is actually getting like super high up into college sports. He's been reffing college games, and it's really good money.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can make great money that way, right?
Yes, and they need people too. So he's like moving up pretty quickly, and he loves reffing. Like, he's been doing that since he was like 16, even with like the local high schools and
little leagues and stuff.
Yeah,
every time I see a ref, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope nobody yells at them tonight. Like, I just feel so bad.
You're like, no, I know someone out there.
Yes, exactly.
You better not be mean.
That's right.
Yeah, I get the same way. I'm like, I'm looking at y'all.
Right.
I'm looking at my man on the ground.
You're just ready to go fight them too.
Yes. I'm like, don't make me get in this picture. No.
Okay, what are you doing right now then?
Obviously, I went to aesthetic school fresh out of high school. Aesthetics is like everything to me. Like, I love skincare, I love makeup, I love the beauty industry in general. But whenever I had Copeland, I tried like a work from home job. But I also like wanted him with me because that was the point of getting a work from home job. I'm like, I don't want to put him in daycare. Like, he can't talk, he can't communicate yet. Like, I don't want him there. And so tried the working from home with him, with me. No.
It sounds hard.
Not.
Yeah, it does sound hard.
It was terrible. I was doing like a customer service, like phone, like just on the phones all day long. And the hours honestly weren't that great, and the pay definitely was not great. So I'm like, this is just not working out. And like, you can hear my baby crying in the background, and I'm definitely gonna put this phone down and go get him. Right. So once you get off the phones, it like becomes an issue. And I was like, I can't do this, Trez. Like, I need to go back to work, like, in general. And so I was going to go back to the med spa and like had planned to do that, to return from maternity leave and everything. And I just was like, the hours are still just like a 9 to 5. I do have to work full time. Like, we need the money. And I just could not, like, I was like, that's just such a long day. And then, like, I don't get summers off. I don't get time off with him. Well, Trez's mom is an AP at Oakland Elementary. And she was like, you know, like, I've been in the school system for, like, 20 plus years. She was like, you should just, like, try to get a position, like, get your foot in the door and get in with them so that you can get, like, that paid time off with Copeland just while he's so small. And I was like, oh, 100%. Like, that sounds like a plan. So I ended up applying, or I had to take like a praxis, got in with the school system. and I was doing I was a sped EA for pre-K level. I loved the kids, but the job itself was like really hard on my body when I'm already picking up a baby like 100 million times a day at home. Like, it was just a lot and very overstimulating on top of my already overstimulated home life as a mom. So I was like, I'm good with, like, I'm great with phones, I'm great with people, customer service. Like, I want to do something like more up my alley if I'm going to stay with the school system. So I actually just got lucky and kept applying to positions that were open like within CMCSS, and I got a position at Kenwood High School, and I absolutely love it. So so
that's where you are right now.
That's where I'm at right now. I am their administrative assistant, so front office, and I truly love it. Like, the hours I'm there, I get there, I wake up early, like 5:30, which is fine with me as long as I like get to bed at a normal time. But I get there by 6:30 every day, and I leave by 2:30. I'm like, I cannot beat that schedule.
Yeah.
No.
Have those afternoons at home.
Anywhere. We get paid like holidays off. We get like a paid summer break if we want, like a portion taken out of our paycheck. Just everything about it. I was like, this is like perfect right now. So
awesome.
Get off at 2:30 every day. I can sometimes run to the gym for like an hour and meet Trez. So like we have that time together now. And then I go pick up Copeland from Euphala's house, which is like his like in-home nanny.
Okay. How'd you find her?
So Trez, he graduated from Rossview High School. His friend Isaiah. Okay, so Isaiah's wife, Maddie, we have been friends on Facebook for a while. She knew that I was looking for daycares before I had Copeland. Everywhere had like a 2-year wait list.
Yeah.
Red Barn was my number one. I was like, if he can't get in there, I'm not doing, like, he's not going into daycare.
That's how I felt. You know, that's why my kid didn't start daycare till he was 3.5.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he didn't start until he was 3 because I was like, if it's not Red Barn, it's not happening.
He's not going. Yeah. I just hear so many great things about them, and I know that they're great. I know that they're trustworthy. I knew all of you guys had like had your kids in there, so I was like, if they trust them, like, I trust them.
Yeah.
But yes, I was totally like, he's not going if it's not there. So yeah, sure enough, he like has been on. I'm pretty sure he's still on the list.
Like, he's still waiting.
He's 1.5, but yeah. But yes, so Maddie actually reached out, which is Euphala's daughter-in-law. They're our age, and they have 2 little babies as well. I think one's 3 and one is Copeland's age, so like 1.5. But yeah, she reached out and she was like, hey, don't do a daycare. Like, there are just so many things that are going on that you just aren't going to be able to know. And like, he can't communicate. She was like, in-home daycares is like where it's at. And she was like, my mother-in-law does it. She'll only have like 2 other babies. She'll like keep in contact with you. So we like went and met up with her. Trez has known Isaiah since he was like young. So he was like, oh, it's Isaiah's mom. Like, she did all kinds of stuff for their football team and everything. So a lot of people know her. So yes, we went, met with her, had like a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And she just like told us what she would need, and like, it's been so easy, and she's almost like a grandmother to him.
I was gonna say, I bet he loves it.
Oh my, he loves going to her. He does not cry when we drop him off. He gets so happy when I pick him up, but sometimes he'd be sitting on the couch with her, and he's just like, I'm not ready to go.
Right, why are you here?
Yeah, I'm like, sir, get up. Yeah, so he loves her, loves being there. So I don't see, like, unless she's like ready to retire. I know she wants to retire, but not like right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be in like pre-K by the time she's ready to retire. That's my prayers.
Where will you put him in a pre-K program, or do you know?
I have no clue.
Okay, maybe Red Barn will be open.
Yeah, I hope. So yeah.
And what about your Arbonne?
Okay, so I just recently started Arbonne, which I'm super excited about. Because I don't get to do, you know, aesthetics like I love so much. Yeah. I wanted to find like clean, good products that I could like do as like a little, like, it's a side hustle for my family, but it's also like things that I can use too. They're all vegan, cruelty free. Like, their products are top notch. So yeah, I've been absolutely loving that, and it's still super new to me. I'm an independent consultant now, and I am selling it, but I do use it myself, and like, I truly love their products.
What's your favorite product?
Okay, my favorite. I feel like I post it all the time. I'm so annoying, but I'm like, the Green Synergy Elixir is like absolutely amazing.
Okay.
As a mom who like barely eats or like makes time to like do anything for herself, you just pour it in your water. It's like a little to-go stick. You pour it in your water, mix it up, and it has like all your fruits, all your vegetables, collagen for your skin. I'm pretty sure it has hyaluronic acid, like everything.
Does it taste good? Like, what does it taste like?
Okay, the taste is not.
I'm like, does it taste like it looks?
I feel like, do y'all like tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it's like a green tea, but it has like a little citrus like twang to it.
Oh, okay.
I could definitely do that.
I need to do a taste test for this.
Yes.
I need to bring y'all some.
Yes.
I'll bring you some samples.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fizz. What is fizz?
Okay, fizz is also delicious. So
Because that has been my biggest, like,
you're like
temptation with it. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
I can bring you some samples of that too. But yes, we have. So right now, the only flavor that I have is the mango peach, and I love it. It's like a yellowy.
Sounds good.
It is fizzy. Like when you pour it into your water, it's the same thing. Like a little to-go singles packet. You just pour it straight in your water, mix it up. I think it's only 55 milligrams of caffeine, which is like super low, especially compared to coffee and soda. And it's very low sugar too. But it just gives you like a boost of energy.
It's like a flavor packet.
It's like a flavor packet, yeah. And it's very good. Like
I feel like you would like
are
that.
delicious.
I feel like I would too because I have, eliminated most caffeine, but like I do still, I drink like half a cup of coffee in the morning, but like fizz, like you said, is less caffeine.
Less caffeine.
Yeah.
Way less.
Or like when I'm craving like a Coke, because sometimes I get like a headache and I think it's just like exhaustion or something.
Same. And your body's like, you need a little caffeine, girl.
Yeah, so instead of coffee, fizz would probably help me out.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hydrating.
It
Yeah.
is. So yeah, I'll bring you
Way better
samples.
than Coke.
Yeah, we're trying to do the clean life too.
Yes.
Step by step.
All their products are vegan, like super clean, good quality products.
Okay,
So
sweet.
yeah.
I do need to try these things.
Yeah, Lily.
I'll bring y'all some.
Okay.
For sure.
Sweet.
Like ASAP.
We'll
Awesome.
taste test Jordan with them.
Have you seen my reels where they make me taste stuff?
No.
Oh, go to the Instagram because
You know I'm picky, right?
Y'all, I don't have Instagram.
Lily.
I know, I'm so weird.
We made her, she's the
I'm
pickiest
so weird.
person to ever live.
Yes.
Okay, so I've had her try, what whole even?
I mean,
a green olive, the garlic stuffed green olives.
I'm like a green olive. Okay, garlic
was really
stuff.
mean.
Oh, those are good.
Aren't they so good?
She's like,
So she didn't love it.
no,
She spit it in the trash can, like could not chew it up.
that was rough.
What else have you
what
done?
do you like? You like chicken dinners and like
Yeah,
French
you know, I
fries.
eat like a kid.
I like that too. Yeah, you love mac and cheese.
But
Okay.
Lily, you like fruits and
Like, straight
vegetables
back.
also.
Oh, for sure.
Like I remember when we worked up front, like our snack would be like a fruit thing of like pineapple from Publix.
Like a big bowl of fruit. Yeah.
No.
It didn't
And that was
not for
not-
Jordan.
not
Or like
so
we would have
much.
like the veggie tray with ranch.
Yes, so good.
I'm glad for y'all.
I'm so happy. You definitely need some Arbonne in your life.
No, she does.
I'm like, you might need the green elixir like
Yes,
today.
I'm like, bring it to me.
Yes, for
Doesn't
sure.
even matter how it tastes. Like for your life, you just need
just
it.
need it.
Your body is
My
craving.
body needs it.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for listening to this episode with Lily, and don't forget to subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify and leave us some love on the reviews, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram. Thanks.
Bye.